Atlanta, Georgia, a mecca for thriving artists and entertainers, often referred to as the Black Hollywood. Many flock to Georgia's capital in search of fame and fortune, but oftentimes it comes with a price. And unfortunately for one young woman, that price was her life. Today's Shadow Quest investigates the tragic case of Bridget Shiel. So we've just entered the Reverend James Orange Park, and it really, to be honest with you, is no different from any other park. Children are playing, families are out picnicking, kids are riding their bikes, so it's really hard to imagine the unfortunate tragedy that took place here.
And in a few minutes here, we're going to get out and, start taking a look around. But this park so far is quite huge. And we're coming up on some houses, as you can see in front of us.
It's so hard to believe that she was so close to these neighbors' front doors.
And it was somewhere in this field beside us that her body was found.
On the morning of May 31st, 2016, a little before 7 a.m., a passerby made a gruesome discovery. Neighborhood strays circled an unidentified object, which was later determined to be the body of 19-year-old Bridget Shiel. Soon after, police swarmed to begin their investigation, with only two questions. Who was this girl, and who had done this to her? Unfortunately, it was here that Bridget's body was discovered.
It was discovered because local strays were actually circling her remains. It's a completely unfortunate and sad event that this beautiful young girl that had so much potential and so much ahead of her in life was tragically cut short or brought to an end right here in this park.
Bridget Shiel grew up in Washington, D.C., being raised by her grandparents, Jim and Beverly Toole, for the majority of her adolescent years. She was known for having so much energy as a child, with a beautiful spirit and thirst for life. But even with that, Bridget still struggled at times, due to the lack of relationship she had with her mother growing up, and never knowing her father. It seemed to slowly take a toll on her as she got older. But that never stopped her talents from shining through, as she became involved with ballet and soccer. But when Bridget entered her teenage years, things took a turn. She began rebelling and hanging with the wrong crowd that was leading her down a dark road. This was something that put fear into the hearts of her grandparents for the future her decisions could lead her to. But eventually they felt a sense of relief when she decided to move to Atlanta to live with her mother. They believed that this would be a fresh start for her, and being that Atlanta was known for being the land of opportunity, it was a good place for Bridget to jumpstart her career.
It's kind of heartbreaking to think about the fact that, unfortunately, her nude body was found out here. And as we know, there were dogs that found her body, but there are a lot of neighbors around. There are a lot of kids in this neighborhood. So there are many, many different types of people that could have found her. And I'm glad that no kids found her, because it would have been incredibly, incredibly traumatizing.
As we walked the neighborhood, it was clear to everyone surrounding us that we were outsiders. This tight-knit community really side-eyed our presence when we first arrived. As a matter of fact, no one wanted to speak to us pertaining to the Bridget Shiel case initially. However, one resident that we spoke to ended up waving us back to have a conversation about the neighborhood, about the case, and the progression of things from his point of view.
So you've been here 50 years?
Probably. It seems like 50.
Well, you've been here a long time.
Long enough.
I've
been here long enough to raise 7 kids.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So,
Yes,
beautiful.
sir. That is beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Can you tell me, like, what was this neighborhood like when you first moved in?
there were a lot of older.
A lot of older people.
Yeah. Yeah. Matter of fact, I remember this park when we used to couldn't come through here. It was all white.
Oh.
You couldn't walk through here.
Oh, the park was all white?
You could not walk through
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
or this area over here.
Wow.
My first house I bought was up on Princess Avenue.
Gotcha.
My mother was there, then I bought this house here with me and my son. So
That's awesome, man. Like, I know this area is coming up. They're probably gonna be trying to buy you out.
I get
soon,
that. I get that every day.
I already know.
Because it's a nice piece of property.
Yeah.
It's a very nice piece of
Much
property.
bigger than this, though.
Yeah.
Right. It's probably the largest piece of property on this street.
Oh, wow.
I believe it. Yeah, because, it looks like it's going back pretty far.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you ever consider selling, or is this your legacy right here?
No, sir.
Absolutely.
I don't plan to unless something just happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The neighbors that have been here for a minute, are y'all pretty vigilant? Y'all.
We're pretty close.
Okay. If you were here,
Right.
Well, I mean, I didn't see it, so I'm just going by what I heard.
right, what
Right,
you heard, right.
I mean, is that
exactly.
the only thing that's ever really happened here like that? Or
Shootings over there,
Yeah.
But, nobody getting hit or killed, but just gunfire,
Right.
right.
You know, it's really crazy that he talks about that black people weren't even allowed to walk up and down these streets at one point. So just the progression of the neighborhood as a whole, the downfall of it, crime and things coming into play. I mean, looking at it outright, you really wouldn't know that some of these things have taken place here. So I wonder if some of the new residents are aware.
But on the night Bridget Shiel tragically lost her life, Oakland City Park was not where her night began. On the night of May 30th, Bridget had been posting on Snapchat most of that evening, dancing and appearing as if everything was fine. At some point after she left her house, she was seen at a gas station in Stone Mountain with 2 male figures, and according to witnesses, Bridget didn't appear as if she was completely comfortable with these 2 men. But the strangest part about this was that they were in Bridget's vehicle, but she was in the passenger seat, and one of the men was driving her car while the other man sat in the back. Bridget had also posted a Snapchat of her feet walking through the grass with the caption, "Too pretty to be walking through grass." Shortly after this, a friend of Bridget's contacted her and said that Bridget appeared to be fine and that there was nothing in her voice that gave the impression that she was in danger. Later on that night, around 11 p.m., a resident near Oakland City Park contacted the police, reporting gunshots that were heard. It would be the next morning that Bridget's body was found. And one day after that, her vehicle was found 20 miles from where her body was found.
Now, speculation reports that Bridget probably was on the run as she was shot in her lower legs and her buttocks, is what caused her life to be ended.
When examining the gunshot wounds on Bridget's body, it was discovered that the bullets that were used were bullets that were called radically invasive projectile bullets, often referred to as RIP bullets. These bullets are designed to create massive wounding, leading to rapid blood loss and target incapacitation. So when these bullets are used, someone is trying to make a point.
The even sadder part is that with her being discovered here, if we look just over this slight hill, there's numerous residential neighbors, residential houses, that if only she had a few more minutes, it could have been the determining factor on whether she lived or died.
We may never know exactly what happened that night or the motive behind it, but there have been speculation and theories of what could have led to this beautiful young woman's tragic end. Bridget could have been living a double life, one that even her closest friends and family weren't aware of. It has been alleged during Bridget's time in Atlanta, at some point, she began escorting. There has been a discovery of a page on the classified advertisement website, Backpage. Backpage is well known for having many different ads for adult services. There have been ads found with several explicit photos of Bridget under the name Nastia, with description of sexual services that she would provide. There are some that believe that this was not something that she was doing on her own free will, and there are others that have stated that they were aware that she needed money around the time of her death, but it was not known amongst her closest circle that things had gone this far. It's unclear what could have led Bridget to this point, but sadly, it's not an uncommon thing for young girls and women to come to a big city with big dreams and end up going down the wrong path.
Unfortunately, Bridget fell victim to the dark side of Atlanta, like so many other young females do, when chasing their dreams in a big city.
Human trafficking is amongst the world's fastest growing criminal enterprise, with sex trafficking being the most common. And Atlanta is one of the top 10 cities and major transportation hubs for trafficking young girls from southern countries. It has been said that the sex trade has generated over $290 million in Atlanta alone.
A lot of young women, unfortunately, get very caught up in wanting to become stars. And unfortunately, they connect with the wrong people.
Being that Atlanta is considered the new Black Hollywood due to the success of figures such as Tyler Perry, and it is also considered the mecca of music due to the rise in popularity in Southern hip-hop and trap music, many flock to Atlanta with dreams of hitting it big as an actor, singer, or rap star. And with the overflow of music studios, producers, and rappers that live here, just like many other big cities like New York and LA, it's not uncommon to come across predators that offer their assistance under false pretense, offering opportunity, money, and shelter, only to trap the vulnerable in something far more sinister.
This particular case hits really close to home, as both Kel and I were striving artists in the dance community and in the entertainment community here in Atlanta. We both fought for the same auditions, we both fought for the same jobs, and it is a big deal here. So realistically, I feel like Bridget could have potentially been in our circle. That's why it hits really close to home. This is really touching. I've seen so many women and so many artists that have gone through similar struggles, and the fact that her life was cut short so quickly, it's really disheartening.
After the sun started going down, and the people that were in the park while we were filming left, the vibe started changing. We started seeing some of the same cars slowly circling around the area that we were in, more than once. And random people began coming up to us, asking us why we had so much interest in Bridget's case. So we decided it was time to take a break.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, y'all want to see me or no? Because if you want to see me, you can see me.
I'm just saying. Ain't that nice?
So we are in the car.
We're in the car.
We are taking a break.
We
have now been out here for a couple hours.
Yeah, and see, we're not a spring chicken and rooster anymore. So, wait,
you can speak for yourself. I am a whole spring rooster.
I can't. I cannot. We chilling, having.
Let me fix this for y'all, because Kel fails to remember that my head is taller than her head is.
Didn't nobody ask you? Didn't nobody ask who up in here said, Quiz? What's your opinion on Kel's head?
My mom, she be wanting to see the whole picture. Y'all peep that hair right there.
So we're chilling right now. Just wait, hold on.
What are we looking at? Which one are we? This over here?
Over here.
This one right here?
Is the
down
people
here?
where the people? The people
Where the
right
people
there?
at? Y'all down here? Y'all up there?
I think they up there where that green light is.
Okay.
That's probably the purpose for the green light.
Don't call me out first and foremost, because
I'm just saying.
the green light, I can't see that either.
He blind as a bat, ladies and gentlemen. But ain't he cute?
But I'm fine.
Ain't he cute? Make up for it. So yeah, we're sitting in the car right now. We're chilling. We're taking a break because we've been doing a lot of walking and a lot of movement. We're having a chicken wing or two. Relaxing just for a second, letting things charge.
Just missed the.
Okay.
You just missed that.
With the fries. Napkins all over the place.
Right. We've made friends with the locals. We've had children try to holler at us. Teenagers. You know how they be.
And him.
I don't do nothing. Look.
They call him, not me.
I think they call her.
They call him. Yeah.
So we are just about to get started with this spirit box. We want to see what connections we can make. Remember, guys, that while we are investigating the Bridget Shiel case today, this is not the only tragedy that has happened in this small neighborhood, which is crazy, right?
And unfortunate, because it's such a, it's a very nice neighborhood. It's or nice looking, at least. It's nice looking. But I'm feeling, because we done made friends with some of the locals, we just need to keep an eye out, because I don't know why I have a feeling that the word is spread.
We finna go home in a minute. Look, we're gonna do our investigative job, and we're gonna get on up out of here.
Yeah.
Because my great aunt always told me, you shouldn't be scared. You shouldn't be scared of the dead. You should be afraid of the living.
You damn right.
And about right now, the living is who I am focused on. The dead I have no qualms with them, and I'm sure they have no qualms with me. So we are all good.
Yeah. But these living people, I got trust issues.
I'm scared of them.
Like Drake.
But we will see you guys in 2.3. Next time you check us out, we will be
back at
using the spirit box, and we will see what communication we can make. So
yeah, see you guys in a second.
Hey, let's get it. Well, the evidence of things I'd seen. Shout out to Shea. You can keep on running on.
Okay.
Find no worries. There will be no worries. What?
Hey.
Sing your own redemption song. There will be no worries.
No worries.
No worries.
No worries.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay. Back to business. We're headed back to the spot where Bridget's body was found. So we're gonna go and use the spirit box and our SLS camera, in which we will explain in a minute what that is, to see what kind of communication we can actually get. Like Quez said earlier, we're not for sure that we're absolutely going to be communicating with Bridget. We're going to attempt to do so. So there's a possibility we could connect with someone else.
Yeah, and it's sad that in this quiet, absolutely serene and kind of beautiful neighborhood that there's been multiple other tragedies that have taken place.
Yeah.
So we're not really sure if and who we're going to make connection with.
Right.
But we're going to make that attempt tonight. And you guys are going to follow us on that journey.
You are. Come along with us.
Come along.
Come and let's play together in the bright sunny
Shout out
weather.
AJ. Gullah, gullah, I. Bia.
Just put your foot in your hand. That means hurry up. Don't miss the good things that we planned. All right.
Guys, we are here actually in the actual site where Bridget Shiel was tragically gunned down and lost her life at the age of 19 years old. Unfortunately.
So while attempting to communicate using our spirit box, something that has never happened to us before happened. Our camera refused to film. It kept cutting off. We've never had any technical difficulties in that regard before. And for some reason, we just could not get it to work.
We don't know what went wrong, but for what we believe we heard during the session, we still wanted to play the audio for you. Listen closely and let us know what you heard in the comments.
For starters, is there anyone that would like to communicate with us? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it was a yes, sir.
Who would like to communicate with us? The other one.
The other one.
Who is the other one? Do you have any questions as to why you are here? Maybe.
I think I heard
It's
dead.
a lot of feedback.
Yeah. I think I heard dead. Yeah, I do think I heard dead.
Dead? Again?
Yeah. Do you know why you're here?
No.
No? Can you tell us your name?
Me.
Well, you can have to keep doing it. Can you tell us your name?
Was that it? I don't want to say it, but was that what I think it was?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Can you tell us what happened leading up? No. How did you end up here?
I think I heard taken.
Taken?
I think I heard taken. Were you taken?
No.
No. I think you may be speaking to more than one person right now.
I think so.
Because I'm hearing a male and a female's voice.
It was right then when we found out that the camera had blacked out. And right after that, I noticed that Quez was looking as if he was a bit uneasy. He mentioned that he didn't feel like we should stay there any longer, and one thing that we do is listen to each other's intuition. So we decided to end our night. When leaving, we had more questions than answers. Was Bridget trying to signal somebody through her Snapchat? How did she end up down this road? For whatever happened, we hope that one day she receives justice and peace.
I think that the case of Bridget Shiel is a cautionary one. Always be aware of your surroundings. Always be aware of the company that you keep. And if something doesn't feel right to you, try your best to remove yourself from that situation. This is Quez and Kel signing off. Much love and be safe.